The United States is currently in the midst of what is perhaps the largest and most extensive wave of cultural mixing and record history. As stated in our text, we are often not aware of the cultural values we embrace, even though many of them determine important aspects of our lives. They may only come to the surface when we encounter people who come from different cultures. Cultural identities are the least changeable. With that being said, our values and personal identities are seen in our traditional weddings, although there are some things that we can modify, but still falls along with old traditions. Hi, my name is Lee, and I am going to be talking about the Hmong tradition versus the Chinese and the Thai. Culture-shaped wedding traditions are learned through family, and the values define the ceremonies and uniting communities. In the Hmong wedding tradition, first there is a family negotiation, and the bride price, the dowry price, is usually from 4,500 to 6,000 in the US. We also have a rooster ceremony, which takes place as pictured below on the right and is from the groom's father, and he is waving a chicken over the couple's head to remove bad omens before she can enter the house. What happens during a Hmong wedding? First is the negotiation process. Once the proposal is accepted, both families engage in negotiation regarding the bride price. This process can take some time and involves discussions between two families. Once that is done, we have the pre-wedding ceremonies, which is called hupli or the soul calling ceremony, where a shaman performs rituals to ensure the couple's spiritual well-being and seeks blessing from the ancestors. While the bride is with the groom's family, on the first day of the wedding, the bride will wear the traditional clothes of the groom family. She spends time with her new family, participating in various customs and rituals to signify her acceptance into the groom's clan. On the second day of the wedding, the bride will switch back to the traditional clothes of her birth clan. She visits her family to show respect and gratitude and to receive blessings from her parents and relatives. This usually involves more feasting and drinking, and this is where families and friends will also gift them with money to help with the wedding. What happened during the actual wedding ceremony? It takes place on the third day. It typically involves a series of rituals, including the exchange of vows, tying of wrists with white strings to signify unity, and the offering of traditional foods and drinks to ancestors. And during this time, relatives and friends in the community will gather together to enjoy traditional Hmong dishes, music, and dancing. Here I have two pictures from my husband's brother's wedding, which is on the left. This is informal, but they already had their wedding in Laos. So when she got here to the United States, we did an informal one. As you can see, the centerpiece, there are white strings there for the blessing. Once all the speeches are given, then everyone will get a chance to tie the strings for the husband and wife. Typically, only the men do it. The women are not so much involved. And here on the right, I have another picture of my husband's cousin. He also married his wife from Laos, and they use a cow. As you can see, there's a cow head there, and they use 4 chickens, 2 for the wife and 2 for the husband for the hupli or their soul calling ceremony. And that is being used for that ceremony. Next, I have the Chinese wedding, and in the Chinese wedding, They wear a lot of red, and this red is very symbolic to representing happiness and prosperity. They have a tea ceremony, and in the tea ceremony, they serve tea to their elders, showing respect and receiving blessings. Um, the groom usually presents gifts to the bride's family, symbolizing prosperity and goodwill. Couples also consult fortune tellers to select a date for the perfect timing so it will bring the marriage success. And going back to the red symbolic, they also use red envelopes. Guests give money in red envelopes to wish the couple good fortune. And they also have multiple outfits. And with multiple outfits, they are showing how much prosperity that they have. In the Chinese banquet or feasting, they have multiple courses, which symbolizes abundance. This time is used for family bonding, bringing two families together, not just friends, but I mean, not just families, but friends also. And this is a time where they express their gratitude and they would thank all their guests for their support. They do also have entertainment, speeches, toasts, and performances. Next, we will go into the Thai wedding. And in the Thai wedding, they too also have a date, which the couple consult in the monk or astrologers to choose a wedding date that brings good fortune. And that comes along with the monk blessing, which consists of morning prayers for happiness and prosperity. They also have a procession called the COMM10. This is where the groom's family bring gifts with music and dancing, carrying symbolic gifts in a lively parade. And then they have the water pouring ceremony. This is where guests pour water over the couple's hand from a conch shell, wishing them prosperity and happiness. As pictured below, you can see the two couples and maybe a friend or family member pouring water over their hands. Just like the Hmong culture, they have a dowry negotiation also. And this is where the groom presents a dowry to the bride's family as a gesture of gratitude and respect. In the Thai wedding, they have the attire and the symbolism, and the bride's attire, as you can see, very beautiful embroidered silk gown. And for the groom, it's a form of Thai clothing with also symbolic elements. It's all made out of silk. And then they have the Sai Makan, which are the strings that they use to tie them physically and spiritually together to connect the couple. The values of wedding traditions. So it's for a lasting marriage, the value shaped ceremony, and the marriage itself. It creates a community bond, making memories for families and friends, and it also preserves the culture. And the symbolic foundation behind it is to represent commitment, love, and unity. In conclusion, weddings are more than just an event. They symbolize commitment, love, and unity. Values help define the significance of the rituals performed, whether religious, cultural, or personal. Weddings bring people together, reinforcing values like unity, hospitality, and generosity. They strengthen relationships and creating lasting memories for families and friends. Ultimately, the values reflected in a wedding shape not just the ceremony, but the marriage itself.